Hey everyone, so on April 4th, Disney shared a new video of Imagineering's work on the upcoming Tropical Americas land, which is set to replace Animal Kingdom's DinoLand USA. The video not only showed a 3D model of the land, but also a little glimpse of Imagineering's research trip to the Yucatan Peninsula. And after some analysis, I think there are some reveals in here that we're not talking enough about. So I was on a flight to Walt Disney World when all this news dropped, and so as soon as I was able, I headed straight to Animal Kingdom with the purpose of exploring DinoLand USA ahead of its coming extinction, yes, pun intended, and compare what currently is with what was shown in the video and the pre-existing concept art, which, by the way, does not appear to be a blue sky concept at all, but rather what Disney has committed to. So while me from the past has to creature comforts for a Starbucks, it's what I do, let's revisit this concept art real quick as I'm going to focus on the new land's entrance and that mysterious carousel, what's changing and what's not at DinoLand's Restaurantosaurus, and Encanto's Casita, and DinoLand's awesome shopping area, and of course the Indiana Jones takeover of Dinosaur and all of that surrounding space. Okay, so now that coffee has been acquired, let's get to DinoLand. So this is the gateway entrance to DinoLand USA, which is positioned over the bridge leading into the land. The Tropical Americas concept art also showed a gateway, as did the newly revealed model of the land, but I don't think the new land's entrance will be in the same spot as this DinoLand sign. Instead, comparing both the concept art and the video, I think this gate will be in place of the dinosaur skeleton leading into the main part of DinoLand, with the red tiled structures on either side as shown in the artwork. Now the space you see ahead is where I think we'll see the mini hub of this land with a fountain, and to the left and in place of the boneyard, what is believed to be a carousel. At the moment, Disney has yet to reveal the carousel's theme, but I've heard a rumor that some in the news biz already have an idea of what it will be, but maybe under embargo. If that's true, this makes me think we'll hear about it before D23 in August. My personal prediction is, if Coco ends up having any sort of presence in this land, the ride vehicles may be inspired by Albrijes, but I think the best bet is that the carousel will be Encanto themed, with South American animals like what we see in Antonio's bedroom in the Encanto film. Moving over to Dinorama, in a case of life imitating art, Animal Kingdom's themed parking lot carnival about dinosaurs and extinction has literally become a reality ever since Primeval World roller coaster officially and permanently closed back in 2020. And from the artwork, we know that this space appears to be where Encanto's Casita will be located when Tropical Americas is complete, and with way more flora and fauna and possible water features than this space has ever known. Disney's videos show quite a bit of the models for the Encanto house, and I think there are quite a few reveals in here. Now, while Disney hasn't said what this experience will be, the leading rumor is that it will be a dark ride, and I think this model proves that, and that there's rock work behind the casita, which suggests this will house a ride building. The concept art also shows a hill or mountain with a waterfall behind it that supports this theory, and it's worth noting that there's nothing behind Dinorama within Animal Kingdom to prevent a faux mountain range or the construction of a new large-scale ride building. And besides, large structures and rock work really wouldn't be necessary if the house was only meant to be a meet and greet location. Further proof that this will be a ride is the entrance to what appears to be a queue on the left-hand side of the casita. The example that comes to mind here is the Haunted Mansion at the Magic Kingdom, and that the mansion itself doesn't house the ride, but rather the structure behind it, and guests simply enter from the side. Right across the way from Dinorama, and which appears to be surviving the land's redo, is DinoLand's shopping space. And personally speaking, it's the only reason I even go to DinoLand anymore. Known as Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, this gift shop with a connected bathroom is modeled after a roadside tourist trap and has all kinds of zany artwork and homemade style signs. It's especially interesting now since it seems to be kind of foreshadowing what's actually happening to DinoLand. But anyway, Chester and Hester's would have been my Imagineering dream in that it's filled with vignettes of dinosaur scenes, many of which are hilarious Easter eggs and gags. It's also supposed to be a converted gas station, which relies heavily on the fossil fuel joke. There's also one of the strangest not so hidden Mickeys I've ever seen. Don't really get it, but I respect it. Anyway, I'll be sad to see this shop be redone and likely in an Encanto theme. Do check it out if you can before it closes, but I also have to point out on the Diggs County billboard at the end of the faux road in front of Chester and Hester's, I mentioned foreshadowing earlier, and this silhouette of a fedora-wearing archaeologist just screams Indy is on his way and feels like it was destined all along. Speaking of which, let's direct our focus to Dinosaur and the future home of Indiana Jones. It's no secret that Disneyland's Indiana Jones Adventure and Animal Kingdom's Dinosaur have the same track layout and ride system, which is why this redo makes perfect sense. But Disney also has ways of keeping threads of an original land or attraction within the new. And it's worth noting that Indy is an archaeologist and DinoLand has an archaeological storyline. Anyway, Disney's concept art showed Indy's facade will be a temple, and this 3D model confirms that. But here's where this new video packed in more reveals than it first seemed. In Imagineering's video, Neil Emery talked about a research trip to Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula and, I quote, archaeology of the Mayan. Again, Indiana Jones is an archaeologist, and there is a precedent for him having explored a Mayan temple. In a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull novel, Indy explored Mayan ruins with an underground river along the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula in pursuit of a calendar stone and a statue of the Mayans' feathered serpent god. Now, if this story plays any part in the upcoming ride, I do not expect Disney to lean into any Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls inspirations. In my own headcanon, Indiana Jones ended with The Last Crusade. But a book accomplishes two things. It's not based on the movie, but yet it is an Indiana Jones story from the Yucatan. Neil Emery also described the land as bringing the fantastical and magical to life. The magical, I think, implies to Encanto, but fantastical, that fits Indiana Jones, which is also rooted in culture and geography, two things well known to Animal Kingdom as well. Lastly, let's talk about Restaurantosaurus. Concept art shows the sprawling DinoLand quick service location will survive the redo, but with a retheme. However, upon further study of the artwork and exploring the restaurant myself, I think two of its bookended buildings will largely remain as is, while the center building will be redone with archways and a new orange-red color scheme and red tile roof. As I mentioned earlier, DinoLand's original archaeological theme can still survive in tropical Americas thanks to Indiana Jones. I also noted the restaurant's two tent structures, which are conveniently located near Dinosaur already, are still pictured in the concept art, and I predict will be incorporated into an Indy-themed part of the restaurant. Perhaps we'll get something here similar to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar at Disney Springs. The center building, given its reskin, will likely have a regional flair with some Encanto touches, meaning the Restaurantosaurus of the future could be the land's connective tissue or melting pot of the land's IP and themes. Anyways, that's my tour slash preview of Animal Kingdom's Tropical America's Land and what's coming to replace DinoLand USA, along with a few of my own predictions. I'm fully expecting many more details and info at D23 in August, but again, we may get some info about the Tropical America's Carousel before then. As always, thanks so much for listening. Please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more news, breakdowns, scoops, and park videos, and have a magical day.